Students report that feedback is really important to them, especially when they're in their first term and they need to know that they're on the right track. So some opportunities for feedback can include short quizzes. They can include things like tasks put up on forums to get feedback. It can also include discussions in tutorials and opportunities for peer and self-assessment that you set up.
Another important part of progressively getting students to move through assessments is providing formative feedback. And we try and provide a lot of formative feedback, particularly in the team project, so that students can track their progress, see if they are actually interpreting what's required of the assessment correctly, and then getting that feedback and identifying how they can continue to improve. So that's also a very important part of the assessment framework.
One of the other things to consider with first term, first year assessments is to actually provide students an opportunity early on in the course to know how they're actually progressing. This might mean that you create a short and small summative task that they are actually expected to do within the first couple of weeks that allows them opportunities to get feedback and know how they're progressing. It also allows you as a teacher to know which students are in trouble very early on when there's still enough time to actually provide them with that extra help and support that they might need.
Early feedback to students does give lecturers a chance to intervene if they feel students are not quite at the level they need to be, and if they need to be referred to the Academic Learning Centre or any other services that we offer. By looking at this early feedback, we can identify those students most at risk of not completing the unit and making sure that they get the support services that they need, and therefore obviously helping with retention.
And then there is the Q&A discussion board where students do post queries to clarify questions about quizzes, and likewise as an instructor for the Moodle course, I also go and answer their queries. And then there are the lectures. When I conduct the lectures, I tell them, look, these are the type of questions will be in the quizzes. You know, when we are doing the graphs and equations and seeing the relationship between various concepts like price and quantity demanded supply being the basic concept in economics. So that's one way to test.
You asked me how we use feedback to improve students' learning. So feedback is going to be both formative and summative. The formative feedback that we're providing to students might occur through encouraging them to go to the ALC, but it also could be as we are discussing the assessment tasks, and they're asking questions in Zoom sessions or tutorials, that you are actually helping them to navigate the construction of their assessment task. In terms of the summative assessment that occurs at the end, the feedback is obviously in a written form. It uses the rubric or the criteria sheet that's been constructed for that assessment task. And additionally, there might be comments on the student's work. So it's like an annotation of their assessment task. All of those things together enable the student to get quality feedback on their assessment task.
Students really value opportunities for feedback within your unit. Remember, formative feedback can help students during the process of the learning to improve their outcomes at the end. Remember, good feedback relates to the criteria and standards and is specific. Quality feedback identifies strengths as well as weaknesses and provides advice for students about how they can improve future performance. Feedback may occur during tutorial sessions, on the discussion forum, between peers, or via email or telephone. Having a small task early in the term can help students better know where they are at and can allow lecturers to identify who is struggling while there is still time to intervene.
We hope you've gained some insights about feedback and the use of feedback and where it can be positioned in your unit. We're going to leave you now with some reflection questions that you can use as you consider your feedback practices going forward. What opportunities do students have to get feedback on their learning in your course? How could you implement feedback opportunities that are sustainable? Are there chances to receive comments from classmates? What new feedback methods or approaches could you try?